सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.
You're listening to Bare Knuckle Bhakti Shorties on the Bhakti Recovery Podcast with Jiva G, coming at you every Monday with a little spiritual something. Hello, my friends. I would like to thank you for your patience in not having your shorty on Monday, instead on a Friday. So much to tell, so much experience to share. Things that I've been experiencing have not always been pleasant, but they've been part of the process, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is being part of the process and accepting the negative feelings and having them at the same parallel to the joyous or hopeful feelings, and being sensible all at the same time in one big emotional stew. So, as some of you may know, I'm moving house from Munich to Berlin, which is a huge move for me, involving all kinds of different feelings, involving all kinds of past, future, all the kind of good stuff that recovering alcoholics could get in the pitfalls of fear of future, regretting of past, and not feeling comfortable in the present. And that's not really where I want to be. And even with 28 years of sobriety, I still have times and tendencies to go there. And this was one of the times I went there. Very fearful. And I made some good decisions in that fear, and I also made some survival decisions, let's put it that way. I won't call them bad. I will just say decisions or reactions of survival. And that's where the program comes in. Even if I am gripped by an incredible amount of fear or lack of trust in God or the process or my own decisions, even in those times when I'm gripped with fear or insecurities or regret, I can still kind of step aside from those feelings. I can still step aside from those feelings and work a program. What does that mean, to work a program on it? It means when I'm in that way, I've got lots of tools. One of them is to reach out to somebody and let them know how I'm feeling. The second is reading literature, trying to pray as my ass off, actually, and go to meetings. And that's what I did. In the end, that's what I did. My decisions were programmed, God-based decisions in the end. Even if I didn't feel it, and sometimes it didn't take away the fear. Sometimes I just did these things and I did them with fear. But I still knew that it's going to be okay. What does okay mean? It doesn't mean like it's all going to be rosy and it's going to turn out the way I wanted to. Okay means it's going to work out the way it works out, and my program and my trust in God is going to be strong enough to accept every consequence of a decision that I made with or without God. How does that sound, guys? So that being said, some of you who do know me, they know that I spend many years in Berlin. And in Berlin, that's where I've hit my bottom. And there's a lot of negative experiences that I've had in Berlin. However, in order for me to spread the message of recovery, and in order for me to be around my daughter and my grandson, that's the place I chose to go to. So, and not codependently. Definitely not codependently. And then, of course, leaving here after 25 years of living in this beautiful place, which took me so long to get used to, having the woods as my backyard, having this beautiful river that I can jump into anytime I want. It's clean and beautiful. And trading that in for something else. And it's about letting go. It's about letting go of the things that I'm attached to. And it doesn't mean that it's a negative thing that I'm attached to it. It just means I'm attached to it. And it brings something, it brings an element into my life that's positive. Being around in the woods, being around rivers, smelling the earth and the woods, what I smell right now. And I've traded that in for a city. And part of me is like, are you insane? Why are you doing that? But fact is, I'm lonely here. I don't have anyone here. I don't have community. I don't have friends. And believe you me, I've tried. But I just don't have anyone. And the only people that I've ever had here have moved away. And my son has grown up. He's graduated. He's going to move out. And so I would be staying here in Bavaria so that I can go for a walk in the woods for an hour every day and do my shorty. And while that's beautiful, it's still, I know I could be doing better. So that's the decision I made. And being in Berlin, I just came back from Berlin. Being in Berlin was terrifying. I went to the apartment, and of course, you know how it is when you're moving house, nothing really goes as planned. You know, I come driving into Berlin with my list of plans and my timeline, and of course, nothing worked out that way. And there were pitfalls and challenges and renovation stuff that didn't work, and things I just didn't plan on. The apartment was left in the most disgusting dismay of dirt. And I couldn't clean. It doesn't matter. But there were so many things. I couldn't clean because they were going to be doing, they're putting in a new bathroom. It needs to be painted, etc., etc. It doesn't really matter. So, and it didn't help that it was raining every single day. So it was gray. Nothing worked out the way I wanted to. Big city, looks all industrial and a little depressing. And I started to freak out. I just started to freak out. And so I did the right thing when I was freaking out. I called my recovery friends and I spoke about it. You know, I have got a lot of work to do in recovery, and I can't do that here in Munich. This place is very polished. It's very well off. I don't have a lot of clients here. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of... It's just not that place. People like addicts and junkies don't come here because they're not wanted here and they're arrested, and the laws are pretty strict in Bavaria. So it's been a very safe place for me. It's where I raised my second child. It's where I started my career and my recovery life as a productive member of society. And now I go back, but I'm going back to pay back, to give what was so freely given to me. I get to go make amends. I get to go make amends now. Even to a city, to make amends to a city, to make amends to myself, to make amends to the people that loved me and I hurt. To spread the message of recovery. And that's the most important thing in my life. God-based recovery. Krishna-based recovery. And if you're a Christian, Christian-based recovery. I don't care what religion, what God you follow, just follow him with recovery. Because recovery and God-centered recovery is the most powerful recovery ever. I cannot imagine being an atheist in recovery. I don't know what that's like. I'm not at all criticizing it. I've seen atheists have great recovery. I just don't understand how it works. And this will bring me right now to steps 1, 2, and 3. I'm powerless. And the life of my mind is unmanageable. The life of my mind is unmanageable. And there is a power greater than myself that can restore me to sanity. I need to lean on that power, guys. I need to lean hard at the moment. Whew. Getting emotional. Step 3, we give our will and our lives over to the care of Krishna. Whew. As we understand Krishna. What does that mean? That means the decisions that we make, we leave the results to Krishna. And even if we think, oh my God, I made the worst decision ever. I'm not saying I made a bad decision moving to Berlin. I'm just saying, even if we're in that fear of new, the fear of change. And even if it was the stupidest decision that we ever made, it is the way we chose, and it's always the right decision, quote unquote. Because each decision we make, whether we judge it as a stupid decision, a rash decision, a fear-based decision, this is all material. Material as far as material to work with and material energy. We need to understand that if we're working with material energy and we make these material decisions, we're weaving our material clothing. Does that make sense? This is what we're doing. And guess what? If we don't like the outfit we've weaved, we can weave another. We can always weave another. And it's all part of the process. I've got almost 2 weeks to pack up my whole house. My husband has thrown his back out, which means there's a lot that I'm going to have to do, which is really okay. I feel bad. I'm sure he really is not happy about it. And it's okay. It is what it is. I need to accept things for how they are. It does not help me or anyone else around me if I'm overthinking things. This is what's happening. This is reality at the moment. God, please give me the power to carry that out. That's the 11th step. Yeah, the bird said so too. You know, I can't talk at the moment from somebody who is quote unquote recovered. I can talk at the moment for someone in a painful process, in a process of, it's a stew, it's a soup of all kinds of feelings, and it's not comfortable. The only thing I can do is share that. I can't change it at the moment. I can just do the work and move forward. and hold close to God, hold close to the program, hold close to my community. I love the Bhakti Recovery Group community. We're such a tight-knit but super open community for anyone to come and join us. And on that note, I'm going to plug a little bit of the tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. I'm doing a 1, 2, 3-step workshop. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. The first 3 steps of the program, the basis of the program with worksheets. It starts tomorrow. And if anyone's here last minute wanting to join, please do. You get 6 weeks of access to it. It will be recorded. Just sign up. Go to bhaktirecoverygroup.com, click on the events, and it's right there. They'll send you a Zoom link. All that technical stuff that our wonderful Tineke from Holland is taking care of, setting all that stuff up, which is absolutely not the easiest task. Join us. It's purely donation based. Every penny goes back into the Bhakti Recovery Group. Doesn't go to me or Tineke or Dominica or Dana or Aaron. That's sort of the core team, and Lauren. Doesn't go to any of us. Goes to the program, just like in AA, just like in NA. And we're really working hard to bring the message to you guys. And this is a wonderful, incredible opportunity for you guys to work the first 3 steps. After this, you could say, I've worked the first 3 steps. I've done the first 3 steps. Man, it's so easy. It's being delivered to you right now. Tomorrow and Sunday. Make time. It's only 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. 26th and 27th of July. No excuses, guys. And even if you can't come live, no excuses. It's being offered to you on a silver platter. On a silver platter, guys. And it's not like rocket science. The step worksheets are 12 questions for each step. And we answer them honestly. And there you do. There you got it. We take the 12 questions, which are questions related to a 12-step program and to Bhakti. We take verses from the Gita and the steps from the Bhakti Recovery Group. And we ask questions according to those for you to self-reflect and work the first 3 steps. No excuses! Hey, if I can do this in the middle of a move, you guys can do this. Step up to the plate. That's what we got to do. We do what we got to do. So, again, without being so forceful, I'm just very excited to offer this, because what I really want to do is give away what I have. It's joyful. It's amazing. It's a miracle. Join the miracle. All right, guys. It's enough with the promotion. Attraction, promotion. Now I'm going to enjoy the walk in silence. Love you always, and I'll keep you posted. It might be a little sporadic with the shorties because of the move. I'm doing my best. Thank you for your understanding. Haribol, love you guys. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked the Monday Shorties. Don't forget to check out our full-length episodes on Thursdays. If you like what you heard, spread the word. Peace out.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.